Hey guys, welcome to Jack's Treasures. My name is Brian. This is my wife Tracy, and we are doing our podcast, which is called What? Not Another Reselling Podcast. Our podcast focus what?
You're just so excited when you say
I
that.
am excited today. Our podcast focuses on live reselling, but a lot of times we deviate and we go into different directions. But our focus is always on live reselling and bringing you some information that we could hopefully part some knowledge. I will say this, though, some of the stuff that you will hear can be definitely applied to any format of selling, okay? We don't edit. We go out raw because I'm super lazy and I don't want to edit and do anything. We don't try to sugarcoat stuff. We also don't blow smoke, but I think we don't really we're not hard hitters either.
No, not at all.
We try to bring you the truth though about reselling. So whatever is said on here, that is definitely a lot of the truth about reselling.
Today's topic, we're going to talk about selling live, in this case, gourmet food, and then selling in person, in this case, furniture, and how to juggle those two types of selling for one person.
Yep.
Our guest today is Kateomarie. She sells
well, that's what her name is.
She sells mostly handmade gourmet breads, food ingredients, gourmet food, and other unique items and whatnot. She also runs a successful booth in an antique mall where she sells upcycled furniture, some of which she's even picked up from us. On top of it all, she's also our neighbor, living like 5 minutes away from us.
She's also going to be the fastest talker we've ever had on our podcast. So it might last about 15 minutes, just letting you all know.
So the big question on everyone's mind is, when is the next child coming?
Yeah. I'm hoping not for a year. I told me and my husband agreed this is the year for me. So I definitely wanted to focus on whatnot. The girls started school, like pre-K, and
right.
Achieving the booth. So I'm like, no kids. But I did also on my show last night get a raid, and everyone asked me, hey, we heard your husband was in town a week ago. So,
If you guys don't know, Kate is our neighbor. She lives probably about less than 2 miles away from us.
Super close.
So we see her a lot. And also, I think it was like 3 straight years she was pregnant on whatnot.
Yes.
Okay. So just because she says, I want to focus on whatnot, that doesn't mean anything. Okay?
It doesn't. Yeah, and they just happen,
We got to see the whole crew yesterday, and all my respect in the world for you for trying to balance having the business that you have with raising 3 little ones like that. It is amazing.
Okay, to give us a brief introduction to yourself.
So my name is Kate. I am a mom to 3. I have my oldest just turned 3 on Friday, and then I have a soon-to-be 2-year-old Ava. She'll be 2 in November, and then Marshall just turned 7 months. So he's the little baby boy. We feel like we have a complete life now that we got our boy. But my husband, what people don't realize is my husband travels. So we see him for about 2 to 3 days, once every 3-4 weeks. So it is a juggling act on both of us of just trying to make communication work. Me trying to just do as much as I can do here and keep the fort down, plus do all whatnot and the booth and all the things that I want to achieve.
And she does this all while raising 3 children, basically.
3 and under.
3 and under. And she has a nice puppy dog, too. That's
Oh,
about the size of
My
me.
husband's going to get so mad at me. I didn't tell everyone that he loves this dog. So we do have a dog named Willow. See, look, now I've talked about her. We're good. I have a love-hate relationship with her. I love her, but sometimes she's harder than the kids.
Trust me, I know that with the cats.
Yeah.
On certain days, it's like, oh my gosh. It's like I have a whole house full of toddlers.
It's like, which one's worse today, the dog or the cats? Which one drove me more insane?
Yes. So Kateomarie is actually somebody that we met through Whatnot, believe it or not. And we were on a raid train of Paul, the Philly Flipper, and Kateomarie either raided us or we raided into her. And Paul mentioned, he says, oh, yeah, you guys are neighbors. And from that point on, we have been like very, very tight and very, very nice. And I absolutely love Kateomarie to death. All right, this is our real talk questions and answers. Here we're going to be asking some questions of Kateomarie, and hopefully
the tough questions.
Yeah,
Brian has written down.
Question. I didn't put it in air quotes. I got to put it in air quotes.
I'm nervous now.
Yeah. Hopefully, everybody that's watching will be able to gain some knowledge. I know Tracy and I do. That's probably our biggest reason why we are continuing to do this series, because this is episode number 26.
Mm-hmm.
So we are, no, I'm sorry. This is,
26, yeah.
Oh,
no, 27.
Yeah, this is 27. Yeah. This is episode number 27. I got the wrong episode on there. So, man, my sheet's just all messed up all over the place. So we're going to ask some really hard-hitting questions right now of Kateomarie. We're going to put her on the spot because these are tough ones here.
Oh, gosh. Hopefully I have good answers.
Oh, yes.
Question number 1. How did you get started reselling?
So I knew at a very young age, in high school, actually, what's funny, I've been doing flipping furniture since I was 17, and I am now 31. So I knew at a young age I wanted to make money. I did not like to do the sports. My sisters got scholarships for tennis, all that stuff. I wanted to make money, and I knew I wanted to be my own boss. What's funny is I went to college to be an accountant. And
so did I.
Yeah, it's so funny. And, it works with my background and being a reseller, like having that knowledge has helped. But I started flipping furniture with my mom. So me and my mom would go to the antique malls. We would go to auction houses. And from there, I grew into being there's a lot of furniture paint lines. And I became their painter for some of the top furniture paint lines that are out there. And then I loved that so much. I grew. There was one point I had 7 different booth locations. And that was here in Georgia. But then in Wisconsin, I had 4 booth locations. And I would drive back and forth every week.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Wait a second. Hold on. I got to stop you.
Every week?
Every week. I would
Wisconsin?
Wisconsin. Yeah. So that's where I'm from. I'm from, my family's from Wisconsin. And let me back up a little bit. So then I got a storefront and I had the most amazing business partner. And we opened a store here in Georgia, but we also continued the booth. So I would stay with her and then I'd come here. So every week I was back and forth. And she was a family friend with us. And we had the store until COVID, my lease was up luckily right before COVID hit. And I made the decision. I was like, I'm not ready to do it. I realized when I had the storefront, I am not the person to sit in a store all day. I like the booth locations to go picking, to go garage sailing. Because when I had the store, I did the custom orders myself. I went to go source with my mom and my sister and my dad, but it was just me. I did not hire out because I don't trust people. I know that sounds silly. No, as in people running my stuff. You guys
totally get it.
When I do Whatnot shows, I do not like anyone else shipping for me because if it's a mistake, I want it to be me who made the mistake, not me trying to figure out how the mistake got made. So that's what I mean. See, pointing the fingers. Exactly. You can't do that. So I always wanted to do everything myself. And then I never considered live selling ever. It was always painting kitchen cabinets for people, custom orders. It was the flipping of the furniture. That's how I started in the reselling business. And it wasn't until my sister kept tagging me over and over on Whatnot streams. And she's like, you got to check this out. You got to check this out. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And then that led me into now I'm here. And it's so funny how far I've evolved, even with my booth locations, of the stuff I sell now. Because I started on Whatnot with clothing, and now I'm full food. Yes. I'll dab a little bit in clothing and some of the stuff I bring to the booth. But for the most part, I'm all about that food. And I think it's because I've been pregnant for so much, so I crave things. I buy wholesale in it. I enjoy it at home while I'm eating it. And I'm like, why not sell it?
Right. How many booths do you currently have?
I have 5. Yes, 5 total. Oh,
That
and
is
they're all
amazing.
luckily in one. So they're all at the Dallas markets in Dallas,
Okay.
Georgia. But I have like a 3 long booth, a bookshelf, and then another booth. So I do that
Gotcha.
with my mom. So we do it together. And it's just constant go.
Yes. We've done booths before.
We have at one point we had the entire back end of what's the name of the Treasure Hunt over in Powder Springs. We had the whole back room.
You know what's so funny? When you guys told me that, I'm like, I wonder if we've ever been there and our paths have ever crossed. Because when we say the booth areas we were at, like I was at Big Shanny, I've been in all the different booths, and I'm like, I wonder, even Treasure Cove, I'm like, I wonder if our paths ever crossed.
Right.
And we just don't realize it.
We've been in the Blue Chicken.
We've been in the Blue Chicken before they went out.
Yep.
Loved the Blue Chicken.
Oh, yeah.
We were at
a building too.
What was the one called over by our house at that point?
County Line.
County Line
Thrift.
Yeah, we were in there. And then Treasure Hunt. Treasure Hunt was the one we were at the longest and the most. At one point, we had like 6 individual booths. Then we had the back room. Then we had 5 booths. And then we kept going down. And then eventually last year, we just decided we love Whatnot. We love selling online so much that we were just kind of.
And we don't recycle furniture. We don't upcycle furniture at all.
Well, and that's where it is definitely, whether it's furniture or even Whatnot, there's always that competition, and you have to do research on what's trending and what people want constantly.
Right.
I was the opposite. So I started the booth when I moved back here to be with family, because I wasn't doing the booth. When I got married and had kids because I used to live in Fort Wayne, I didn't do the booths. And that's kind of when I started Whatnot. And now I just do it all.
Now that's funny you mentioned that. I have a friend who's moving from Fort Wayne right now, and she did the booth circuit up there.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
That's hilarious.
I love Fort Wayne. I absolutely loved Fort Wayne. The food, of course.
What inspired you to start selling snacks in the snack category on Whatnot?
So, partly because I was pregnant and I would crave these things, but I started noticing in the women's contemporary, it was very, very hard to sell. Mm-hmm. It was being so good at one point, and then all of a sudden I had to sit back and be like, how am I going to make this work? Because I would be live for an hour, and of course I didn't have the sizing that people wanted, but I'm just like, this is not working. So I changed it up on the platform. And I decided, I think the first thing I brought, because I was revamping the booth up, and I knew at the Dallas markets, I wanted to make like a country kitchen type of situation. Kind of like how the Cracker Barrels used to be, and you walk in and you have all the old time candy and all the jams and things like that. And I decided one day to just try one food product that I had at the booth for the first time. And it was amazing how fast it sold and how much, and people didn't blink at the pricing that I needed to sell the food at, because, everybody knows when you wholesale, you have to sell it to make your money back at a certain price. And people didn't. And then I said, you know what? I make fresh bread. Let me see how the fresh bread goes. Same thing. People did not blink. And that's when I just decided to expand so much more at the Dallas markets too on food. And that's how I became focused mostly on food at Whatnot. And then my daughter, she started having allergies, and we found out she had allergies. So I started finding vegan items, gluten-free items, dairy-free items, all that are delicious and healthy. So a lot of my food, no added salts, no MSG, no preservatives, things like that.
Oh, I love that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I definitely.
Do you have an emergency coming around your area?
Do you hear it? Is it that loud? Because it sounds like it's so far from a distance.
We can hear it in the
background.
background.
Due west in Antioch. There's always an accident right off Antioch.
That is true. That is true.
We hear the stuff at 92 in East Paulding, so we.
Yeah.
well
Yeah.
aware.
And we used to live right off of East Paulding,
Yeah.
and there's a fire department right down the road. And nightly, we almost started to keep a count of how many times the ambulance and the fire trucks would drive by.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Do you make some of your own products? I think you mentioned this with the bread. You make your own products to sell them on Whatnot?
Only the bread.
Only the bread.
Only the bread. And I only offer it in the fall time. So starting now, because to me it's fall out, you guys. I'm in a sweatshirt. It's fall. Today's fall.
Oh
weather.
yeah, it's beautiful outside.
It's gorgeous.
Absolutely.
And I only make the bread. Everything else I buy wholesale.
Okay.
Oh, and during when we get to like holidays, I make Chex Mix and puppy chow.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, okay.
So yes.
Yeah,
yes.
we're hitting her up for that.
Yes.
100%. I love homemade checks.
Yeah, but I wonder how long we're gonna have to wait till we get it though.
No, I know.
We do local pickup.
But luckily, you're my furniture dealer, so
You've been doing better lately.
we're seeing each other almost every 2 weeks at least.
Right?
Yeah.
Is there anything that people should know if they're interested in selling homemade foods on Whatnot?
Sorry, hold on. I have kids' toys everywhere. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to turn it off so it doesn't make noise.
I was waiting for the dog. We've gone, I think, 6 episodes almost in a row with having a dog sighting.
So she's sitting she had to come out. The front door's open, but I blocked off the porch so she can't go down. Because she'll just go roam and I'll be screaming her name. I'll be like, Willow! With my show, you have better luck as children sightings. So, but with food, just trust your product. Believe in your product. One thing with the bread, I will say when I do the bread, I believe in my product and I really want people to have a good experience. So I watch the tracking because we all know how USPS can get sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
And I make my homemade food priority. And if it does not get to you in the 3 days, I do contact y'all. And I reach out to make sure you still enjoy it. Otherwise, I will make you a fresh loaf on me. That's just because I want people to have the best experience with the bread because I make it personally and I enjoy it so much. So that's what I personally do to take that next step forward because I strive in customer service. I believe that's how everyone succeeds in anything is if your customer service is really top notch. So
I love that.
Yeah, so that's what I personally do with the food.
Now, are you in the program where you handle all your own customer service on Whatnot?
No. Nope. I actually, believe it or not, I don't even do the rewards.
Oh, really?
Yep. I don't do the rewards. And I did it the first season it came out. And I didn't understand it, to be completely honest. And we, like everyone, and you realize you lost a lot of money or you messed up big time and you're like, wait, what? And I decided not to renew it. And I was afraid that I was going to lose customers and people wouldn't purchase because I don't have it. And I haven't had an issue.
It took some time, but I think we have a plan for doing that where we don't lose a ton and it still gives people a little something. I mean, I'm not saying it's perfect, but so far we've liked every session except the first one. Also, the first one I didn't like.
I think just about everybody did the same thing. They either made it too hard to get to the highest level, or they made
were
it
just
too
giving away,
and they were giving everything away.
Yes.
We were able to. One of the things that I liked that Whatnot did was they were able to personalize it. So for us, we named it after our cats. So we have each level is one of our cats. Now you mentioned that you make your own bread. Is it one style of bread, so then I guess my question would be is what is that style of bread that people just cannot get enough of?
So I make an artisan loaf, which is it's not, sorry, if my dog starts going crazy or you have to hear me yell at my dog, I apologize.
Nothing different than what we have with.
You're going to have to walk with me sometimes too, because that's just what happens here. Even on my Whatnot shows, people know if you come to me, I have to walk, I have to entertain, I have to make sure everyone's A-okay.
All right.
It's that balancing. But I make an artisan loaf and it's like a crispy on the outside, nice and soft on the inside. A lot of people have asked me if I would make other loaves, and I won't I'm one of those people, and I make 5 different flavors. So I make a cheddar, I make a jalapeno and cheese, I make a plain, a rosemary and garlic, and they're all with fresh ingredients. And then I make an Italian seasoning. And I won't make anything else because I'm one of those, I want one thing to be perfect instead of bringing 5, 6, 7, 8 different things, and then I'm not giving my 100% in it. Does that make sense?
Right.
Like, it's
Absolutely.
like, okay. And I'm dabbling, and I haven't fully like gone all force with bagels. I've been making homemade bagels, but I'm
hungry now.
Okay, I'm literally deleting this part the whole time and stuff. And I wish there was some way I could mute Tracy's earbud right there, because if it's bagels and everything that you said, when you said jalapeno bread, I said, "Oh God."
Yeah. Oh, that is. I'm gonna have to make y'all. I'll have to make y'all a loaf. But the fresh jalapeno and cheddar is the top selling on Whatnot. But everything I use is fresh ingredients. I am working my way to do bagels. It is just such a different process that
Absolutely.
I have to really be focused because I make the bread the day I ship out. So I wake up Monday morning. I do my shows Saturday and Sunday, and I only offer a limited amount of quantity each day, because otherwise I'm in torture. There was one day I did 50 loaves in one day I sold, and then another 20 the next, and I wasn't keeping track. I was just go, go, go. And I almost wanted to cry when Monday morning came, because it did not click to me how much I had sold. So now I limit the quantity of each, but I wake up at about 4 o'clock in the morning, Monday morning, and I start baking, and then I let it cool, do all the things, and I ship it off.
That is amazing.
Wow.
Mondays are long days.
I can believe that.
Well, thinking more about the gourmet products that you sell on Whatnot, how do you keep those products fresh and new and exciting for customers so they keep coming back?
So I always expand from the company. I don't sell them every single show. So when I go on Whatnot, I make sure I organize, I'm only doing soup today, you guys. And then the soup literally goes away once kind of mid-December, end of December's over. You guys don't see the soup again until the next year. So I keep people waiting and wanting more. But then with the jams, I bring in and introduce new jam flavors, new things like that. So I'm always expanding the company's brand.
Do you need to take care of anything?
No, we're good. Do you hear the baby crying too?
I didn't hear the baby. I just heard the puppy.
I could hear the baby.
Can you hear the baby? We're good. We're good. The dog I'll let run. Lucky, you guys want to see? She woke up from her nap. Are you ready?
Yeah. Well, you got to show the dog.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
The dog's now in the yard. The dog's happy. The dog's in the yard hanging out. We're good. Believe me. I promise you she's okay. She has her iPad. She has everything. Like I said, I do.
The dog has an iPad?
Oh, no, my daughter. Sorry. Did I say dog? I live off Diet Coke, Red Bull, and coffee. So.
Oh, my gosh.
We're good. We're good.
Wow. Well, you've already really talked about this, about where did this desire to do upcycling of furniture come from?
My mom.
Okay.
My mom, before it was even in, and you guys have to go in the kitchen to get a bottle. So this may be 2-hour-long session because of all the
it's flying. You talk fast, so this is working out perfect.
But
right now we're only on question number 8 of 12, so we're good.
Oh, I'm a multitasker too. As you can see, I've done this so many times with my shows that I'm like, all right, guys, we're going to pause and we're going to get some milk. So when you come to my shows, you get to really know me, my family. This is when I say, you see my everyday life that I do. And don't worry, that's the dishwasher. I'm steaming.
Okay, I was sitting here, I'm thinking the house is on fire.
No, I'm steaming.
I'm telling you right now, people don't even have, you guys, you could just turn the volume down and mute this episode and just watch Kateomarie, and you're going to learn how to do all of this stuff. Oh my gosh.
I'm always go, go, go. And I don't stop. And that's why I tell people, if you don't like kids and you don't like multiple interruptions, don't come. But I've learned people really don't mind it because they like to see like a real life person doing this and living a life and trying to balance. And I finally had to like get over the fear of stopping and going. And with Ava, like Ava's the one who has all the allergies. Right. And she's actually currently right now in a lot of pain because we had to stop all of her. Hold on 1 second. You need more milk? There you go. Mommy has it for you. Mom. Okay, you want out? She wants out. She's like, nap time's over, Mom. But she's the one who has a lot of the allergies. Yes, honey. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. And she has a food allergy test that she has to be off all of her medication, her skin ointments, everything. So we are not sleeping because she takes Zyrtec for allergies in her skin, but then she's on a lot of ointments and antibiotics to just help her eczema. And you can have some. And she's not allowed to have any of it for 10 days before her trial period. So it's a little rough over here.
Oh my gosh. Wow. And she's still managing and looks nice and smiling. I mean, guys, if you get anything out of this episode whatsoever, just think about anything that happens with you, like, oh, you accidentally dropped something and it breaks. Just think about Kateomarie for a minute right over here and look at that smile right there. And I'm going to tell you something right now. All of your troubles are going to go away. I mean, it'll be like, oh, yeah, everything's fine. I mean, this woman's got basically a 1-year-old, 2-year-old, 3-year-old. You know, her husband's there 2 or 3 times out of a 3-week period. She's redoing furniture, which she buys from, by the way. And she runs Whatnot shows, makes her own bread, is starting to do bagels. If she says pretzels were moving in over at her house, you know, plus she's got a dog that runs around with his own iPod and everything like that. This is just an amazing story right here.
Yeah, I feel very lazy now. I need to get to work.
No, we ain't having no children.
No, not that.
No.
If you ever need to take my children to feel less lazy, I will hand them over. I'll be like, here.
If there is any house in the world that is not child safe, it would be ours.
No, sometimes. You know, I've learned though, every Whatnot or every reseller's house looks the same, no matter how badly you don't want it to look that way. And we are thankful that when we moved in, they converted the garage into a big living room before we moved in. So that's our living room, playroom. And my actual living room that you walk straight in has the amount of cardboard boxes and inventory, and that is my Whatnot room that I have all my inventory, my booth room, all of that stuff. And we've been here for over 1.5 years, and I finally got one piece of furniture in, and it's a couch. Because I found my dream.
Oh my God, that sounds exactly like us.
I found my dream couch thrifting, believe it or not. And I was like, I can't pass up this opportunity. The price is too good to be true. And we got it, and that's all that's in there now. With cardboard boxes and inventory.
That's a lot like our living room. Unfortunately, we are not allowed to use our couch. The couch belongs to the cats.
Yeah, we literally got a store couch in it, and we were excited. We were like, oh my gosh, we got a couch.
And it was in good shape. Most storage unit couches.
Garbage and stuff. So we get it. We put it inside the house. We bought some pillows, all of this other kind of stuff. And I think we've sat on it 3 times in 2 months. And the cats have taken it over.
So it sounds like my kids, because those are my kids' couches. They asked me if I would move a TV in there for them so they can watch their Paw Patrol and everything. And I'm like, you know what? That's where I do my packaging. I sit on the floor a lot in there. Why not? So, because sometimes they want to help me package. And I'm like, can't touch that. What are you doing? So I have to entertain them some way. So that is their couch. I have yet to sit on it without any kids or anything like that because there's no space for me. They take it over.
Well, I think before we got distracted, Brian was asking, how did you get into upcycling and selling furniture?
So my mom. So me and my mom.
Oh, I did that. I thought I did that.
We may have I think the kids
Yeah.
started screaming. I think that's
Right.
what happened. And I went off on my little story. I'm like a
And that's
squirrel.
perfect.
Oh yeah. Hey, welcome to Jack's Treasure.
I just wanted to make sure you got a full chance to answer the question.
So my mom did, and we just started doing it, and we did it before it was a trend. And we got into it, and my mom's the one who taught me how to paint the furniture, and I've fallen in love since. I am that person that paints the antiques that people want to murder. And literally they're like, why would you paint that? And I'm like, because it looks so much better painted. Now, some I won't touch. But for the most part, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to touch that.
I like
You
that.
want your iPad? Yeah. Okay.
The
But
dog
that's how that started. Is me and my mom, and one day I just picked it up, and ever since, 17 years later, still doing it.
Wow.
And I do everything in my house too. So like I learn how to do stuff myself. So that's another thing. If you come to my shows, you see all of my work in progress, and the painting of the walls or new door. Oh, Ava, hold on. You can't knock the table, okay? Oh, she's like, why?
So what's your favorite furniture piece you've ever transformed and sold?
Oh, transformed and sold?
Mm-hmm.
That's a tough one. Because
It's like picking a favorite kid, I know.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I've learned though, some days you do have a favorite. I have learned that. Now that I'm a mom, I know all those secrets. Some days you do. I don't know if I actually have like a favorite. There's never been a piece that I regretted selling for myself. Let's just say that. I've seen so many pieces. That's a tough one.
What type of furniture, i.e. like tables, cabinets, dressers, which one of those do you prefer the most to upcycle and resell?
Buffets.
Okay.
Those are the easiest. And if the buffet is like a 2-piece china cabinet, I always leave the top. I don't like to do the top.
Yeah, I will definitely say she does that, okay, because she bought one of mine and made me keep the freaking buffet part.
I did. I don't like
I think we split the dump fee on that one.
Yeah,
yes.
Like I don't like the tops. I'm like, no, I don't give me the tops. I prefer the bottoms. But a table transformation can really...
I'm not saying it, guys. I'm telling you right now, I'm not saying it.
That's what she said.
Oh.
That's what he was sitting here
Y'all
thinking.
are dirty.
He is dirty.
I didn't say it. She did.
I knew what he was thinking, though.
I wasn't even thinking it. I have a very clean G-rated mind.
He doesn't.
I most certainly do. It's the reason why we only have 2 children.
Exactly.
3 children.
Who
I only have 2.
Did you forget? I'm just curious.
I only have 2. I have 3. Yes, we have 3. I forgot Colin.
See,
sorry, Colin. He doesn't watch anyway.
Now he will watch. This will be the episode he'll actually watch.
It'll be the only one that he watches.
The only one ever. Go play
now, this is probably the best question to ask, especially at this time right now, especially with everything that's going on. How do you balance 2 totally different businesses, the live selling and furniture?
I will tell you, I used to have very bad time management. I will not lie. I stay up. So I live in a cul-de-sac, and Brian, you've been to my house where the front room with the sliding doors, that's where I do all my painting because it's easy to slide things out if I'm sanding. And everybody will see that if my lights are still on late, they know I'm doing a project. I do my painting after. So how I balance it is I can't do anything when the kids are up. The kids can't get into the paint and the stain. I can't do whatnot shows because you see what happens, distractions, things like that. And I try to have very limited. Oh, thank you. I try to have very limited distractions. So when the girls are napping or when they are asleep for the night, I'll do a whatnot show. And when I do my whatnot shows, I tell myself, like how we were saying, I'm either going to go live so long or I'm going to sell so many items.
Right.
And that's kind of how I do my shows. But I will stay up until about 1:32 painting furniture to try to get it up to the booth. Last night is a perfect
And then
example.
she gets up at 4.
On Mondays.
she
Only
sleep?
on Mondays. Only on Mondays. Only on Mondays.
Oh,
to start
okay.
making bread. Not every day, believe me. And that's why I live off Red Bull, coffee, and Diet Coke. That's what keeps me going. But like last night, I had to paint a dresser to get it ready because on Thursdays I have no kids. They go to school and then they go to my in-laws for the day. So I do painting back and forth. But I was up until almost 2 last night finishing this piece because I'm working on the table and chairs you guys gave me. Well, I bought from you today. So
yeah, we're not that nice.
It was one of those words coming out. You got ice. So I'm working on that today, and then I try to balance it all. Some days I don't sleep. To be completely honest. Luckily, though, my son now sleeps through the night, so he makes things a lot easier for me. I know. Ava does not sleep through the night. Yeah, you don't sleep through the night just because she can't be on her Zyrtec or any of her other stuff. But so when, like, sometimes she'll wake me up, and you know when you wake up in the middle of the night and all of a sudden you have all this energy? Some days I will just start my
Never.
Oh, it's one of those because I have to get out of bed.
No.
Yeah, I have to get out of bed to go make sure she's okay. So sometimes I'm dragging and I go back to bed. Other times I'm like, man, I have a lot of energy. I should just start my day. So sometimes I do.
Not me. It takes me about 20 minutes to get out of bed.
That's what should have happened this last night. I woke up at like 5:30 a.m. just wide awake. I wound up eating some cookies and milk and reading for about an hour and a half, and I should have stayed up, but then I went back to sleep and slept till 10. So
yeah, no, I don't, and that's why I tell
you didn't
people,
wake me up for cookies and milk.
I did not.
I know,
I want cookies and milk.
Every wife knows you don't wake up a sleeping man. Do you know why?
Nope.
They're cranky as all get out then. Yes. Every man. Do you know, after we had the second baby, my husband never did night shifts because it wasn't worth dealing with him. I was like, because I'm not a morning person. I will tell you right now, do not call me in the morning. Do not talk to me in the morning. I am not functioning in the morning. And so he would take the 6 a.m. shift then because I'm like, I can be up throughout the night. That is trash. Good job. I'll be up through the night. No problem.
My daughter moment.
But
the way you have your hair back is the way that my daughter has her hair back, and it's the same color, basically the same color. She's 30 years old, and she says what you just said too in her job.
In her very polite
way. Like she's talking to a 2 or 3 year old.
Except she's talking to grown adults.
Except for she's talking to grown adults.
You know what? It's okay.
Yes.
Do you have any overlap of customers from Whatnot versus your antique mall?
No. None. I tell people iPad here. I tell everyone. So there are vendors who joined Whatnot because I've told them to. And sometimes they'll buy. Yes. Good job. Yeah. We'll throw it out. Okay. I have a garbage. I was taking out my trash and then I saw what time it was and I'm like, I gotta go live. So I have a trash bag sitting right there. He's so worried that the trash bag won't get into the trash can. But so I have some people who will do pickup. I try to get them to do Whatnot, but it's the same thing. Everybody's so afraid to go live. I'm really trying to push my mom to go live and she's just so nervous. And I'm like, Mom, go watch. There's some shows that I just sit and I'm like, how are they selling? How? Like, I have kids who scream and I'm like so worried to sell. Not that, but everybody has a different style and there's always a watcher for every type of show. And so I'm trying next week I'm getting my mom to go live. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
That's awesome. You're definitely, you're going to have to, send me your mom's link on Whatnot and I'm going to link it down below on the description. And that's going to be, this is coming out on Sunday. We're recording on Wednesday, but maybe we can get some people to
come. Yes, no, we're doing Tuesday when the kids are in school. She sells jewelry. She has a ton of jewelry. And so I told her, get your show uploaded so people can bookmark. And so I'm pushing.
Yes, definitely.
So it's going to be a teaching show where I teach her the buttons to learn how to do it all. But also, Mom, start selling. You can do this. People will buy, even if you make $10 for the day, it's a happy celebration.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hell, that's more than what I made.
That's true. What advice would you give someone who wants to start selling handmade or upcycled items, either online or in person?
That was my question, but Tracy just did that.
Sorry.
I would tell you truthfully to believe in your product. If you don't believe in your product, it won't sell. And I've shown that numerous times, especially in the food category. I can't give it to you to taste through the phone. I can't, have you smell it. You have to trust me. And I tell people I do not bring you things I don't believe in, whether it's what I make or anything else like that. So luckily I have products that have great descriptions on their bottles that just make you like your mouth water and be like, okay, I need that. But I do tell everyone when I buy, I try 2 or 3 things of the product, and I know right then and there, it's a great product I'll bring to you. So if you're doing food, sample, do a lot of research, a ton of research, and know who you're buying from. I do buy from a lot of small companies, family-owned companies, and that seems to make a big difference for people as well, because they like supporting small families or small companies. But believe in your product. If you don't believe in it, I mean, you can tell when you hold something up and you don't believe in it, and then versus something you really, really love, right? Which one are you? 100%. You're gonna describe the one you really, really love way better than just something that you're like, eh. So that's what I would say, especially with handmade.
I have definitely seen that a lot in the snack category, that when people are selling snacks that they actually have tried and eaten, they describe them with much more enthusiasm than I do, because I'm selling something that I've never actually, because I'm not a very courageous person on eating things.
We're not snack sellers. We have joined some friends on some snack trains before, and it's been fun, but it's not something that we would be passionate about.
Right. Well, I'm going to tell you all something right now. That was probably one of the best segments of questions and answers that we ever got, because you guys literally see what we're talking about with trying to maneuver, doing snacks, doing whatnot, doing live selling, plus raising 3 children that are ages 3, 2, and basically 1. Wow. So this is our What's Up segment, where we're going to talk about things that are happening in reselling in general. And we have a very special announcement, because this one's actually going to coincide with our guest next week. But this month is the Northeast Tennessee meetup on September the 22nd through the 28th. 26th to the 28th in Greenville. Yeah, 22nd and 28th. That'd be a long meetup right there, boy.
Yes.
And it is in Greenville, Tennessee. It is hosted by the Reseller Locker Room Podcast. There will be a link down below to their podcast. This event is free, so it's completely free to go. And if you are interested in attending, you can look up the information on the Reseller Locker Room Podcast on Facebook. I will down there below. And my big question for you is have you ever been to a reseller meetup?
No. I was trying to make the Nashville one, and I could not swing to make it work, because when I
just letting you know, we offered our couch that we had that pulls out to a bed. She was one of the 12 people that I offered the couch out in our suite that we had to Kateomarie.
Yeah,
and I think we even offered to drive her in the truck.
I was gonna go up just for a day, and that's where it's very hard too. Is I am balancing the 3 kids, and I have to find help, because sometimes it's easier for me to go without the kids, so I can fully get the information and embrace the weekend. And I could not make that weekend swing. I just had the newborn, and it was a lot. But I plan on. I've met resellers, outside of all of the meetups. And when I travel and I go places that I know maybe one of them will be, I'll reach out to people. But one day I'll make a meetup. One day.
Northeast Tennessee meetup, Greenville, Tennessee, right over there by Knoxville, 26th to the 28th.
I was also going to mention there is the Whatnot official Atlanta meetup next month.
In October.
And I've heard a lot of people said that they would definitely come to the Atlanta one. So Atlanta would be easier. Depending on when in October, you know.
Well, if you need, a ride or anything we can do to help, we'd love to see you there.
Can you message me the weekend? See, I'm so out. I think because I don't, I'm on Whatnot, but I've kind of, when people have all the groups and everything, I've kind of became in my own little bubble. So I don't know when a lot of these events go on. And because when I advertise on Facebook or something, I'm doing it for the booth and things. And that's where I would say I have to get better at is socializing and getting more Whatnot information and finding these meetups, because it is all about connections and meeting new people and learning their styles and all the things like that.
Well, I will definitely send you the information on that one. I think it's through the week, not a weekend. I want to say it's like a Wednesday, Thursday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, or something like that.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to put that one also in the description if I can remember to do that.
But yeah, that one's going to be fun. Now we're going to go to our Shine the Light segment. This is where we spotlight live sellers at 3 different levels.
I cannot believe you still have to read that.
3 different levels based on sales and followers. We're going to look at sellers on all platforms, but today they are all Whatnot. Our new seller this week is James Porter, Blue Alien Sales. He's a new seller on Whatnot. He currently has 217 in sales and 823 followers. He's a pallet buyer, storage unit buyer, and what we would call an everything seller. What advice would you give to a newer seller on Whatnot?
Don't give up. You have to push yourself through those first few shows. It's like, again, we were just talking about this when I picked up the furniture. I could be live for 30 minutes and have not a single sale, but all of a sudden I stay on 10 more minutes. All you need is one buyer. Don't look at that little number up in the corner. I yesterday was live. Oh, hi, is Willow over there? Willow and the neighbors.
Hi, Kate's neighbor.
I had perfect example yesterday. I think I had the highest amount I had in my show myself without raids was 5 people, maybe 6. And I never gave up. I kept going. And I got more sales for my little 6 people. And then I got an amazing raid, because who doesn't love a raid, right? I love a raid no matter what. And I got up to 70 people, but I sold more when I had my 5 people. So numbers mean
sometimes it works that
nothing.
way.
Yep.
Numbers mean, sometimes they do, but most of the time they don't mean anything. Just keep pushing. I wish, honestly, they didn't have that little number in the corner, because I think it paranoids new buyers or new sellers.
Very much so. Very, very much so.
I think Green 13, he was telling us that he used to put a piece of tape over where it was, so he couldn't even see.
Yeah, Jeremy from Green 13, another great seller. Our growing seller is actually another one of our neighbors. Okay, she lives in Douglasville. Her name is Amy Jo. It is Amy Jo 1966. She sells on Whatnot with 5,300 in sales with 5,800 followers. Amy Jo is known as everybody's grandma.
Except for you, because you're older than she is.
Except for me, because I'm older than she is. She is licensed, insured, food safety certified baker, and an avid thrifter. Now, my question for you is, how important do you feel it is to be licensed, insured, and certified as a baker?
It is very important. Actually, there's a lot of places here who will not let you sell. So it's the cottage core license, and every state is different. That's what's crazy about it, is every state has different rules. But it is very important, and it makes people feel a lot better buying from you, to be completely honest. They're like, you went through the rules, all of that. But there's a lot of places you're not allowed to sell if you don't have the licensing. And
Right.
I don't think people actually know that. From flea markets to thrift stores, depending on who's running the event or anything, if you don't have that license, they don't let you sell. So
Yeah. Now, do
especially
you
with the
know
whole,
Amy Jo?
I do know Amy Jo. I actually met her through the bracket battle.
Wow. Yeah.
And all the fast bracket battles, and I fell in love with her. She is so sweet. I have not
That's
yet
awesome.
purchased any of her food just because I'm working. I've heard it's really good. I'm trying not, the saying is you go on Whatnot to sell so you can buy on Whatnot, right? I'm
Yes.
really working on having less and less packages get delivered here so much.
What you need is a wife or a husband to tell you, "Oh, you're not buying anything anymore."
We both go through.
You go
She's
through
bought
that.
more from me. I can tell you right now, she has bought more on Whatnot than I have over the last 4 months, I would say.
It
But
used
Brian
to
went
be
through a
bad.
phase.
I used to be really bad with buying. And then when the third baby came, I wasn't on Whatnot. I was trying to figure it out because I took a little bit of a break, and now I'm back swing. But even then, I try to sit, and when I sit to watch Whatnot, it's not like I'm sitting, I'm listening. So I use Whatnot as my radio, my TV, when I'm painting, doing things like that I can't go sit and swipe because I'm trying to paint over here, but I'm listening to what's going on.
Well, we're hoping we can, when we get our next meetup, our local like little dinner or something,
Yes.
I'm hoping that we're able to get Amy Jo to come to that. 'Cause she's
Yes.
close enough that it
Yeah.
wouldn't be too much.
Yeah.
No, she's literally right around the corner.
Yep.
Right.
And our established seller this week is Ceegee, Ceegee Boomerang Echo. She's a reseller on Whatnot and also a raid train coordinator. She has 5.3 thousand sales and 14.6 thousand followers. She runs the Battle of the Best raid trains and does a weekly raid train education show on Thursday evenings on
Did I
Whatnot.
not spell etiquette
You
right?
did not spell educate. Oh, etiquette. I couldn't even tell what that word was supposed to be.
Etiquette.
She does a raid train etiquette show. I
It
wish.
took me forever to figure out how to spell the word etiquette, by the way.
Let me show people.
It's correct.
Oh, it's backwards. You might not be able to see
That
it.
is fun. That is great. I love it.
But yes, I literally.
It is so bad.
And also, everything that you see that was like highlighted, that's Tracy's lines right here. Where the question that she asked over here is not highlighted, okay? But she asked that one anyway because she said, I want to answer that one because it's fun.
He spelled etiquette, EDDICATE. I thought he was trying for educate because it's, it's a
Did
little
I not spell it right?
No.
Okay, well, something is
wrong.
okay. That's the right spelling of a word. I will let you know that right now. Etiquette.
It's not etiquette.
Etiquette.
Etiquette is
On Thursday evenings on Whatnot, because I'm going to take over from you now.
Yes. But yes, she is the host of many massive raid trains.
We also
so
know her
many.
real name, but we're not going to share that on here because she likes being known.
She likes to be called Ceegee.
Just like I like being called Jack.
I
do you
did think it was your name for the longest time, and then I met
A lot
A
of
lot of
people do.
people still
and I'm like,
do.
no, it's
Yeah.
Brian, and I always get flustered because I'm like, no, Brian.
He doesn't mind at all. If
No, not at
anybody
all.
comes and calls him Jack, he answers to it.
Scott, the bearded picker, still calls me Jack, and Jeremy calls me Jack, and I don't even think he knows my name is Brian, and we've had him on here as a guest.
Do you think being a raid train conductor is beneficial to helping you with your online sales or not?
I do not know. That's a good question. I did one raid train for my birthday a year ago, and I never wanted it again.
We do one a year
We do
also,
one
and
a
that's
year.
it.
Yeah,
Yep.
it is.
And
I bow down to Ceegee because she hosts so many,
She does.
and it is a full-time job, 100%, to make sure people are rating correctly, to make sure their times are all correctly, to make sure, everything is lined up. That I do not know the answer to that because I only hosted one. And I told myself, unless I do like another birthday show or something fun, and if I do, it's only going to be like 10 people. I don't know how she does Battle of the Best, that it's an all-day thing.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And she does it like weekly.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I give everyone props who do long braid trains like that because it's a job.
Let me jump in a second here and
jump in. I wasn't saying nothing.
No, I'm jumping in the whole show and do a little PSA. If you're on a lot of raid trains, you don't have to do it every time, but tip that host. If you're on a raid train, if you get some great sales, you get some great benefits from it, stop in their show, tip them $1 even, every little bit helps.
Yeah.
I think that's something that more of us need to do because they're putting their lifeblood into helping us grow.
Just us doing our raid train. We do one raid train a year, and it's on Veterans Day.
Don't tip us though. You don't have to do that.
Yeah, but it's not a tip.
I'm not saying that.
Literally, we're already working on it, and this is September, and we're already, Tracy and I are already at like, oh my God, what are we going to do? How is this going to work? What are we going to do here? So I'm going to be working on sending out the invites to that this week, as a matter of fact. And Kateomarie was on our raid train last year. She'll be invited back this year. So it's just it's something for us. The reason why we do it is not to give us that big push, but mainly to just bring awareness to veterans
and build the community.
Yeah,
If you're going on these big trains like that and you're getting something from it, go tip them. Go buy something out of their bin. Share their shit. Whatever you can do.
Yeah, and I'll also say,
okay,
it's
are we
okay
getting
to say
radio coming through now too?
Oh, it's the vacuum again. She got the vacuum going again.
The dog in that iPod, I'm telling you.
No, this one's the daughter now. This one's the daughter. She's trying to now. She's trying to set her little toy vacuum. I'll clean. I'll hold it. Can I hold it? I'll hold it. Okay, I'll hold the baby. Sorry, guys. See, like I said, it's always in.
Don't ever apologize. It's absolutely. This is what we want right here. This is the rawness. This is the reality right here of being a live seller. Is having things like this right here happen. By the way, guys, we're going to have links to all of those sellers that we mentioned: Ceegee, Boomerang, Echo, Blue Alien Sales, and Amy Jo 1966.
All of it.
Links down there below.
I have to follow Blue Alien, but I have watched both Ceegee and Amy Jo, and I love them. So I'll have to give Blue Alien a follow.
We just met Blue Alien. He showed up in a couple of our shows and just was talking, and then so we went into his show. We actually rated his show the other day.
Yes, we did.
So he's new to us, but we're always excited.
Seems like a very nice guy, very genuine. Sells and like I said, an everything seller. So anything, and here's the best part, guys. You can follow somebody, and you don't have to do anything really going in there, buying stuff and all of that. Of course, that's always good if you find something that you really want, but follows are free and they definitely do help the sellers because it's one of those numbers where you feel like you're doing well the more that following count.
Well, it's like an algorithm type of thing. I feel like when you get so close to the next milestone, all of a sudden you get noticed more, this and that, and you go through everything from Facebook to all the things. There's algorithms to it all.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Algorithm.
Exactly. I don't know when or what they are, but I believe in them and I believe they're true.
Yes. The mystic. They're like Sasquatch.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. This is my favorite part of the show every single week. This is where we do turn the tables. We allow our amazing guests to ask any question they'd like to of Jack's Treasures. It can be business related, personal related, or just something completely off the wall. You want to ask me the capital of West Virginia? I can help you with that.
Oh, don't throw throwing suggestions out there. All right, Kateomarie, fire away.
So mine's like a multiple question, okay? And I will be honest, you may have been asked this before, so I apologize in advance, but what made y'all decide?
Not ever watching our podcast.
I will be the first one to tell you, I'm a bad liar. I have not, but I believe I follow you on YouTube. So I do follow you, but I will definitely start watching. But what made you guys decide to do this together as a couple? And how do you
or reselling?
Reselling.
Well, I've been reselling for 27 years now.
Just throws that in my face.
Yes. And he's been reselling for how long now?
17.
17. And so this was long before we were a couple. We already did it. So it was pretty natural for us to just bring that together.
Yeah, I was a teacher and we were reselling, and we both had one thing in common. We loved watching Storage Wars. And so one day we said, hey, let's buy a storage unit. So what did we do? The day before Thanksgiving, we bought 3 storage units. And they were in Roswell, which Roswell's about an hour away with traffic and all of that. And so we went and we did that. And from that point on, we were hooked. Now we do have our own separate accounts
on eBay.
On eBay. Yeah, we can name it on this. But we have our separate accounts on eBay. So we kind of sell separately there. But Whatnot, we started to do Whatnot when Tracy started to expand everything and said, let's start doing this. Hey, I heard about this. Let's look at all of this. And then we just started to do all of that. And we were naturally better together than we ever were as separate resellers. I'm a better reseller because of her. And I like to think that she's a better reseller, even though she'll never would say that because of me.
I will first of all say I would never be a live seller if it wasn't for him.
If it wasn't for him.
It's not my personality.
Yeah.
So how do you how do you separate husband and wife and business? Or do you always talk business? Or at a certain time you're like, okay, we're done. Husband and wife time. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'd say most of the time it is just all entwined because we have so much fun with like the sourcing and the meeting people and all of that. But, every now and then we do tell ourselves, like, you know what, we need to go see a movie or we need to go up to Murphy and just have a night,
Yeah.
We saw our first movie in 4 or 5 years?
Like that.
When we went to go see the Fantastic Four in the theaters because I'm a huge Fantastic Four fan. And that was the first movie we've seen probably in about 4 or 5 years. But we love to travel. And so we travel to all of these places. And whenever we do that, we do things together. We love to have like a competition. We love to have our little list. Like,
that is so fun.
We're going to buy a storage unit in Alabama, or we still got to buy one in South Carolina and Florida. And then we've hit all of the states and North Carolina.
Yeah.
And then we would say we hit all of the states that border Georgia because we've gotten Tennessee, Alabama.
Yeah.
So we love to do things like that. So for the both of us, it was just a natural thing of coming together.
Okay, and the last question that intertwines, what would you tell a new couple starting to sell on Whatnot for the first time and taking that? Sorry, it's so loud. I don't know how to turn the volume off on this thing. Oh, look. Okay, I think I found it. What would you tell a new couple starting off fresh, going full force, reselling full time together? Does that make sense? Like, never done it before.
I think the biggest thing that I would tell any new couple is to listen to your partner, and don't just hear her or him, but listen to what they are saying. Because a lot of times when we are doing our shows, it was a natural fit for me to be the main character.
Mm-hmm. Main character.
Well, it is a character because I just love being in front of the camera. But it's just, you have to be yourselves.
Yeah.
But you have to give as much as you take from your partner. Tracy gives the best advice to me. And I listen to that advice, and before I would just hear the advice and I wouldn't listen, and it takes a while for that to develop. So definitely listening to whatever that your partner says is super, super important, and be patient with each other, because it is super easy for me to be running a show and I look over and Tracy's got a scowl on her face. And the scowl, I would be like, oh, shit, I said something wrong. But it wasn't that I said anything wrong. It's that she got a message from somebody upstairs that the cat broke a window. Or
that happened when I was live.
Yeah.
That happens to me and my husband so much. And that's why I'm like, texting is the worst communication. Because, you can send a period after something and you're like, wait, what did I do? Why not an exclamation mark? Why that period? So yeah, I could understand if you were live and you saw something in the corner and you're like, wait, did something just happen?
And I think sitting down and talking about splitting the workload in a way that everybody's happy with it. Like, I don't mind shipping. I'll ship. That's great. I hate listing. I hate listing on Whatnot. Oh my God.
Taking the pictures.
So I do a lot of the
So
listing.
he does a lot more listing and I'll do a lot of shipping, but at times it's like, okay, we did a big video game console show. We have to ship that together.
Yeah.
Or we have a big train that we've got to list 75 items for in 2 days. Okay, we're both going to participate.
Oh,
Yeah.
one other thing too is don't ever point the finger.
Yeah.
Ever. Because when we do shipping together, we will be doing shipping together. And the one thing that we always want to happen is get to that last item. And it's like, okay, everything came out perfect. But it very rarely happens. It's like, Tracy, I got this other controller. Where did you mess up? Oh, no, that's not how you start a conversation at all. It's more or less of, oh man, I got this other thing right here. It's number 62. Let's see where it does. And Tracy knows exactly how to look at the video receipt, and then she'll look it up, and then I'll be like, oh man, I left it out of the box or something like that. Yeah. But don't ever point the finger.
Yeah, and being organized is key. When I've learned Whatnot has made me more organized, even though if you walked into my house, you wouldn't believe it by that front room. But it has made me more organized because you have to be. You have to know your inventory. You have to know what number goes on what sticky note. Because let's be real, that back end of Whatnot with, watch the video receipt. It'll bring me either 5 minutes before the actual item sold, and I've sold 4 items within that period, or it messes up and it's not right.
I will say it's getting better. There's been less mistakes lately with that, but yeah, having to, if I had to rely on that for everything, it would be a nightmare. We had one train that we had to do that and literally rewatch every single item, and it was
a bracket battle. The very first bracket battle that we did, we numbered everything on the table, and I learned right away, don't do that, because if it doesn't sell, you're totally screwed. It took us 3 hours to ship that show, and it was only a 10-minute show, but we definitely learned from that. Well, I want to say thank you to our amazing guests, Tawny and Brian. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't finish that. Kateomarie of Kateomarie on Whatnot. You definitely can check her out. There's going to be links down there below to her Whatnot page. Our guest next week is Alex, aka Beer King Picker, who is one of the hosts of the Northeast Tennessee Meetup. So we're really super excited about that, because we get to talk about the Northeast Tennessee Meetup. Okay.
One last question for you, and then we will let you go into full mommy mode. What does the future hold for Kateomarie?
So I am trying to convince my husband to let us do this full time. And that's why I asked the question. I know it's a big leap. We would obviously be taking very, very small baby steps, but I watch people, Philly Flipper is one of those. It's proof. I watch you guys. Couples can do it. I mean, you can make this a full-time living thing. When he's home, he helps me do more so of the furniture stuff, because I kid you not, everybody also watches me unload furniture out of the truck by myself, and my husband will watch from the Ring camera, and then I'll get a phone call of him yelling at me saying, "You're gonna break your back," and I'm like, just don't watch the camera. Just don't watch it. We're good. But I would say I'm hoping in the next year and a half, we would be full-time. Oh, sorry. She keeps hitting that table. Full-time.
We're having an earthquake in Georgia, but it's only at her house and not at ours.
But I ideally am trying to put it in here, full-time, doing all the different things, not just food. Clothing, dabble back into clothing, palettes, all the things. So that's what I would like to do. We'll see. We'll have to do another episode in a year, and we'll see where we're at.
Absolutely. Let me impart one thing that I will tell you if you do decide to go that way. is having a lot of different eggs in different baskets. We kind of made the mistake of deciding we're going to be whatnot sellers, and we both let our eBay go down. And right at that moment, we also had a problem with Amazon where they started gating a bunch of stuff. So we went from 3 solid incomes to we're just going to do
I would
whatnot.
say we had about 5 solid incomes at one time, because we had Macari that was doing very well.
Yeah.
We had our booths that were doing very, very well. We had Amazon, whatnot, and eBay. And eBay was our top seller by far. Oh, plus Facebook Marketplace.
But as I was saying, we loved whatnot. And we're like, let's just do whatnot. And so we kind of let everything else slide. And we're looking at the budget, and we're like, we're just not bringing things in. That's why we're getting to the end of the month, and it's like, man, we're eating macaroni and cheese tonight instead of going out to dinner.
I thought it was because I liked macaroni and cheese.
Uh-oh.
That was a bad quake, guys. Oh my gosh, that was a 5.0.
No,
5.0 in Georgia.
I know. I am one of those.
We're backing that up, and I'm putting that extra effort into eBay, and I'm immediately seeing the results.
And we are still going to be still going to be mainly on Whatnot.
Absolutely.
Whatnot is going to be our number one. We're also doing a lot more shows on the district, on First Class Treasures.
I have to get into the district. I'm one of those. As I always believe in the multiple streams of income, which is why I still have the booths and I do Whatnot. Whatnot's that instant gratification, and that's why Macari.
Right. Once you get to that 1,000 sales.
Yeah, and Macari, I don't like that you can't work the page, whereas like Poshmark, you can edit lists, you can share to the parties, you can do all that stuff, but I don't like to list. I'm like, I don't like to take the pictures, so I have to. Sorry, I inhaled something. This is going to be an interesting podcast for y'all.
You didn't get a bug.
I think I did.
I swallowed a gnat the other day when we were walking.
Yes. All right.
But thank you guys so much. Thank you, Kateomarie, for coming on the show. And thank you, everybody, for watching. If you like what you see here, you have any comments, drop those down below. Drop us a like, drop us a follow. As always, if you can help us out with Stop Soldier Suicide or the Naughty Cat Cafe, there will be links below.
Not a strip club.
It is not a strip club. It is a cat rescue.
Yep.
And as always, we'll see you next week.
Yep.
Bye,
Thank you,
guys.
guys.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
Definitely.